So in today's video, we're going to be doing something a bit different. I was inspired to do this when I came across a recent video from AKR years ago where he went over the top videos on the Battlefield subreddit. And since Battlefield 2042 has obviously released since then, I thought we might take a look again and see what's new. So, time for a trip down memory lane, guys. That first video there had 24,000 upvotes. It was called Seat Swapping. As you can see, that guy completely bamboozled his opponent. And then we saw that tank just absolutely splatter somebody there in the elevator. Now, this one isn't exactly Battlefield 2042 footage, but it is rather impressive. Somebody recreated the Battlefield 2042 trailer in Grand Theft Auto 5, and I think you'll agree, it's quite impressive. This one here is called I Saw Your 10 Kills in 20 Seconds and Raise You 16 in 1 second. And this will be maybe a fond or an annoying memory for many of you from the start of Battlefield 2042, where you could spawn into a round of breakthrough and just absolutely smash and demolish the enemy team with a jet on spawn. This one, again, really rings true, I think, for Battlefield 2042. Maybe we weren't aware how correct we are with this particular meme, but yeah, that was pretty much the state of the game, and DICE didn't really manage to even get it in this good shape. This one's called My Only in Battlefield Moment, and what is special about this clip is that any of the individual things here aren't that impressive really, but altogether, it really does make for a memorable Battlefield experience. Even manages to steal the heli on the end of that one. This one here, I think the video speaks for itself, 13,000 upvotes. It does indeed. This is one of the biggest problems with having specialists in Battlefield 2042, of course. They all look exactly the same. Another problem here, of course, with Battlefield 2042, for those of you who remember the hovercrafts on release, they were kind of bananas. This one's called Nice Shot, 11,000 upvotes here. I think this is when Sundance was kind of new to a lot of people and this playstyle wasn't really familiar, so it may not look that impressive now, but it's obvious that when it came out, it definitely was. Absolutely crazy clip here, drifted a missile through my window and out the other end. You can say what you want about Battlefield 2042, but the fact that this is possible is pretty cool. DICE, let us do this in multiplayer for Battlefield 2042. 11,000 upvotes here, and this is one of those clips that comes around every now and again. It's from the Battlefield 3 campaign, and it's honestly one of the most immersive experiences you can have in Battlefield, and I really hope they bring it to the multiplayer for Battlefield 6.
Here we go.
This one is kind of funny. Do not run, there is no escape. 10,000 upvotes on this one. An army of EOD bots here in Battlefield 4 is going after this lone soldier, and like the title says, he ain't getting away. I just had to do it. This one, it seems that intrusive thoughts get the better of this sniper. Finally got a chance to show off my pilot skills in Portal last night. I've still got it, boys. I think we've all been here with the Battlefield 3 jets, not just in 2042's Portal mode, but also back in the original game. Ah, good old memories. when you have the audacity to fly in 2042. This is some serious anti-air here, and I think this is often what most pilots feel like in the air. This one isn't a gameplay clip, but it does give us some, well, maybe not so fond memories of when the community learned that there was going to be wall hacks coming to Battlefield.
My question is, what the hell? So it learns information about me? Seems like an invasion of privacy.
No one can hide from my sight.
The true World War I experience. Battlefield 1, of course, is renowned for being one of the most authentic, realistic looking Battlefield games ever, and I think this clip, whilst maybe not that impressive gameplay wise, still really demonstrates that well. When this game works, it's really something else. Another nice Sundance clip here, this guy figuring out that you can get all the way across the map here onto the end of the ship and gets off a really nice flank. I've already peaked in this game, 8,600 upvotes on this one. Again, another classic Sundance moment here. I think people were still figuring out exactly what she could be used for, and well, love her or hate her, she was kind of fun.
That was terrifying.
Ben, what just happened? What did you blow up?
No rules, no weapon limitations, no BS, admin. A classic Battlefield 4 moment here. I think we've all been in this situation, I know I have, where you just kill an admin in the game, and for whatever reason, he seems to think that's good enough reason to kick you from the server.
There appears to be an enemy tank located south of your pods.
DICE set the bar too high for themselves. So this one is actually from just 4 days ago, and it's already got 8,200 upvotes. And we've seen a bunch of videos like this before, but this one really portrays it well. This is Battlefield 1, of course, running full graphics here without the HUD. And just look how incredibly immersive and realistic it looks. I do agree with the title here. I think DICE have set the bar incredibly high immersivity-wise with this game. And is Battlefield 6 going to reach it? I'm not sure, but let's hope it's at least going to be an enjoyable gameplay experience. This is why Sundance is my favourite specialist. It seems Sundance was particularly popular when Battlefield 2042 released here, but I think this is actually one of my favourite clips that I've seen. This guy just goes all over the map and really makes use of that wingsuit.
We are engaging at Bravo 1.
You can heal with Casper's drone remotely if you put a medical crate on it. So this is back to the early days of Battlefield 2042 where, by the way, not only could you put medical crates or ammo crates on there, but soldiers could also stand on there themselves, and then you could have your friend just fly you all over the place, getting up to out of reach positions, gunning snipers down on top of towers, etc. It was kind of broken and eventually it got fixed by DICE. Don't ask me to explain what just happened. Well, I think in this situation, the video will speak for itself.
How do you execute somebody? Mouse 4?
I think F.
Sector is under Russian control. We control most sectors on the battlefield.
Greg?
What?
I just can't explain it. I can't explain it. Don't ask me to, I don't know. I don't know.
What's the point of bollards if tanks can do this? This guy has a really good point. He's trying to camp here, puts up the bollards, he's waiting for a vehicle to come up and get stuck so he can hack them as well, and it doesn't really work with the bolt. As you can see, he just flies straight over the top, guns down poor Rao, and that's the end of him. A crazy moment from Battlefield 4 this time. I don't think this guy necessarily knew the chain reaction that his actions would have here.
Time to roll. Get in the vehicle.
Now look at this. This is probably the biggest amount of C4 kills I've seen in one shot ever. This one's called You May Have Called This Tank In, but in reality, it's mine. And again, another problem really with Battlefield 2042, I think we've all been there where we've called in a vehicle, which I was not a fan of that system in this game, and then had somebody steal it right from under our noses. So at some point in Battlefield 2042's lifespan, all of the LMGs in the game got some buffs, and this guy decided he would try out the PKP.
Maintaining control of the sector.
Really, really nice streak there. Definitely those enemies didn't see anything. But this next clip here, I'll take What the Hell Was That, Alex, for $500, is probably one of the weirdest bugs I've seen with a tornado in Battlefield 2042 to date.
What are you doing? Watch out! This is what I'm talking about!
And he lands on the rooftop. Can you believe that? I love the soldier shouting out, "This is what I'm talking about," as well. Just absolutely makes that clip. This is probably one of the most entertaining 1 versus 1s I've ever seen, but not for the reasons you'll think. Two absolute pros going at it there. Okay, this one kind of makes fun of the specialist lines that were in the game on release. This guy decided he'd make his own.
You fucked their moms, no pats. That's a victory for the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah! Geneva Conventions be damned.
My pistol reloaded like an LMG. Again, another weird bug with Battlefield 2042. You can tell this is quite literally the best and the worst moments in Battlefield ever. I've never seen something like this before, though. This one's called There's a Battlefield Moment Around Every Corner, Even if it isn't yours. And I think this really holds true here. A lot of us spend time just looking up in the sky, looking at enemy vehicles flying by. It's sort of in awe, really, of how cool some of these past games look. I certainly think Battlefield 6 is on the right road in that regard. This has to be one of the most satisfying clips I've seen against an AA tanker ever. Just watch this. It's so satisfying. That guy definitely got what he deserved. Here we've got another badmin clip from Battlefield 4. You can say what you want about server browsers, but at least we don't have to deal with guys like this anymore. This one's called Sometimes It Feels Like We All Share One Collective Brain Cell. And this is just one of the most iconic things to do in BF4, drawing something on the wall with the repair torch. In fact, I was surprised by this. Normally it's a lot more dirty, but it's just funny to see the reactions of people. We are a simple bunch, aren't we? And then here at number 40, the last one is the good old Blimpnado glitch from Battlefield 1. An absolute classic. You guys have probably seen this before, but it's definitely a more impressive tornado than the Battlefield 2042 ones. So there you go, guys. Those are the top 40 best and worst moments in Battlefield history as voted by Reddit users. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe to stay up to date with everything Battlefield, and I'll see you guys in the next one.